Yo,
Hello.
yo, what up, my guy?
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, you know, I'm here. I'm very white and pale,
Nerd stuff.
as per usual. You're all... you're frozen already. Quit. Look at my mustache.
Sexy.
How's it going, buddy? You're frozen again. Is it me or you?
It happens.
Ooh, I've been good. You know, just really just working. That's it.
Sounds good.
Um,
Amazing.
It is the best. So for anybody who's watching this later, hi Joe, Joe Russo again, Joe Russo.
What's up, Joe?
Oh look, it's Tim. Wow,
What's up, Timmy?
Tim. We're gonna talk about a couple different things tonight. One is The Outsider, which is pretty much I think the only big genre show on right now that's like new. Because I was trying to think if there's any other big shows on. I really feel like there's not anything anyone's talking about. I don't consider like The Witcher anything worth talking about. So, we're also going to try a new segment tonight. We'll see how that goes. Trying to be fresh in 2020.
New stuff.
Tim, yeah, it has been a while. You probably have been on in like 6 months because you are a bad friend.
You remember that time that Timmy was on with me, and he went on that Galactus rant? It
That was
was
good.
pretty great.
That made the gram.
I enjoyed that.
That made the gram. I still haven't watched Uncut Gems, even though it's on Netflix. My
It is on
question for
Flex
you,
now?
it's on Netflix as of yesterday, yeah. My question for you is, did you ever get through Terminator? As you freeze. I don't know what your answer is. I'll never know. Goodbye, old friend. Joe, I believe you. I usually don't believe anything you say, but I believe you there.
No, I didn't know Uncut Gems was on Netflix
You were
already.
frozen for like a good 30 seconds.
It happens. You were frozen on my end, which is odd. So I don't know who to blame. I need to download
Just
more
ask.
internet. So apparently it is me. That's stupid.
Yeah. Wait, so did you get through Terminator?
No, I did not. I didn't get to see it. I kind of gave up on it working, so I'll have to get to it. Hopefully soon.
I
don't know.
I stole it. Don't
Well, that's
tell
what
me.
I was trying to do. That's what I was working on, and it wasn't happening.
Like, Joe says Terminator is ... Okay. Yeah, but it's like the fact that it is decent compared to what the last two movies were, and the fact that I was expecting to watch what I assumed was going to be just unwatchable, and it was quite watchable. And I was like surprised. I was like, this is weird. I'm not supposed to be enjoying this. And I liked it. I didn't. It's a one-time watch. It was a good time.
I'm trying to think of something that I can relate to that I wanted to hate so much going into it, but found myself enjoying it. But I can't think of anything offhand.
It was better, and like it was better than I was expecting to. And I really enjoyed some of the I won't get it. I won't spoil. I won't spoil you the great storyline or anything, which is not that great. But they do some cool Terminator fight stuff. It was kind of interesting, and I thought it was kind of inventive. I still don't really like it still looks like a video game with all the CG though. Like every action sequence just looks like the Mummy. It looks like the Mummy Sandstorm a lot of times, but that's to be expected. That's the world we live in. I don't use this.
Definitely one of my biggest pet peeves in movies right now is when it turns into a fucking cartoon, like mid-movie for action stuff.
Uncut Gems is not on Netflix. What are you talking about? I thought that was supposed to be out on Netflix yesterday. Don't play games with my heart.
Hey, James.
Oh, it's on Netflix International. Well, fuck you.
I'm international.
Then I'll just steal it. Deal with it.
Tim says the Mummy Sandstorm is epic CGI. I think he spelled shitty wrong.
It was good for the time. So let's just dive into The Outsider and let's talk about how good it is and how I am not confident that it will end good. That's how.
Well, I mean, it's a Stephen King story, so the endings.
I'm expecting it to end poorly. You're in full robot skin. you sound like an Atari. Frozen again. The ride, yeah. So it is Courtney. Is Courtney the one freezing and not me? Can I get some feedback in the comments? Is like, oh, he's gone. So I'm guessing it was him. Yeah. So I'll wait for him to come back. The Outsider. So far, I really enjoy it. I really like that cast. I'm a sucker for any actors that are old and white and not good looking, like me. I appreciate those kinds of casting choices. I don't like young, handsome detectives. That shit pisses me off because it's not a reality. There are no hot detective cops. I'm gonna wait for Courtney to come back. There he is. Go live. Welcome back.
Good God, dude.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Nerdicide, where Courtney is alive.
I can pull down my menu thing, and my internet icon just had a question mark on it. So cool.
That sounds like the GPS coordinates for Bradner, for sure.
Yeah,
it's just
a question mark.
It's the emoji shrug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might be a place. Anyways,
no.
While you were briefly gone, I was just saying that I appreciate the casting in Outsider because there's no such thing as sexy detectives, and all of the cops are really ugly cops, and everyone's very average looking, which I appreciate of the show. You're already frozen. You're fired. I blame you.
It's me. It's 100% me.
Yeah, so did you hear anything I said?
Nope.
Okay, great start. I was saying that like I really like the casting because it's like all average looking people, especially the cops. Like
Dude,
the
it's awesome you say that because when we were watching the last episode there, episode 5, uh, I turned to Lynn because we were watching it together, and I told her I was just like, I believe everybody on this show. Like I believe every single person is real. Like it's so well done, and I 100% agree. The casting is fucking awesome. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
really like
they
that.
didn't even do the thing where they normally do. They normally like the main cop. I can't remember his name. That actor with the gray hair, the little guy. They usually like would make like the cop. They'll
Talos?
cast like an ugly white guy with it. But then his wife is like randomly hot. But his wife is also just an older, average white lady, which is very
Yeah.
refreshing. I was like,
Yes.
okay, everyone's normal looking in these small towns. That's how small town people look. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, that cop is Talos from Captain Marvel.
Yes, that's true.
He's
And
a
I
goddamn scroll.
honestly, Jason Bateman was the only like Jason Bateman was like what the most attractive person on the show, and he's not even that good looking.
And he still looks like a garbage dad. Like he looks like a little league coach.
Yeah. How attractive are the children? I give them 3 out of 5 Neverland Ranchers.
They look good enough to kill, Joe.
They're good enough to eat. But like the worrisome moment of that show was episode 4 when the PI was Googling boogeymen, and then for that 2 minutes I was like, oh, I hate this now. And because I was like, they're riding such a perfect line right now.
Yeah.
And then for them to just hop over into some cliche, like I'm gonna Google all these. Also the conversation with the woman who was at the prison who explains
That
what
did bother me. That
boogeymen
bothered
are.
me.
Because it was like, okay, it just felt like real cliche. I was like, okay, well, I'm back to watching just like a fucking movie of the week.
I wouldn't say cliche. It was way too convenient. I think it
But
was
that's horror. That's like
way
that's
too
90% of horror scripts is the convenience.
I guess, but
I'm gonna meet a woman or a psychic who's gonna explain everything that's happening to me in great detail. I'm gonna find the exact internet article.
yeah.
That kind of stuff where I just go, ugh. Well,
I'll tell you what though. I did Google that shit afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all real Google shit.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Stephen King Googled it too.
Which is the fact that that's a thing. Like it kind of made it a little easier to swallow. That it was like, oh, you can Google that, and these are the images that come up, and these are the fucking articles that come up. So I mean, at least they did that much.
But how often do you like my parents never sat me down and told me about some boogeyman that was gonna get me if I was bad. That's like some
No, but I know people that did have people tell them that stuff.
Yeah, they're called immigrants.
Well, no, Deb, Erica and Laura's mom, she told me about when she was a kid that if you didn't say thank you while you were trick or treating, that we're all having bloody bones, like followed kids on Halloween night, and they would like take your candy and shit if you weren't polite. Like it's one of those things. I mean, that is old country stuff. That is old fucking crazy
Fair
shit.
enough.
But you know, it's something that Dave and I have been working with for a long time on trying to get into book form, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I like that stuff. I do like that stuff. But
Hi,
yeah,
Katie.
it was definitely one of those things where it was just like they made it seem like she was like, oh, that's that bitch that fucking killed that kid, whatever. But she was actually kind of like listening in and whatever. But yeah, to have a well of information like right off the rip.
Yeah, that's the Mario Brothers 3 where you just skip 3 levels. Like you just fucking just like, I'm going to the other fucking
Instead of her number, she slides over a warp whistle.
Yeah, it's just like so fucking simple. It's just like, hey, I'm just some lady listening in, but guess what? Let me tell you everything that's going on right now. She's just like, okay, well, thank you.
Have you heard of monsters?
But it's fine because that next episode went right back into the slow burn, which is what I want. And I even watched the trailer for the mid-season, so I'm guessing they're doing 10 episodes. So like they have a mid-season.
I tried watching it and it got like super glitchy. Because Lynn like fucking turned it off as soon as it started. She's like, I don't want to see that, and I was like, well, I fucking do. So she tried turning it back on, and I couldn't get through it. So I need to go back and watch that trailer. Hopefully, it works.
It looks good. It looks like they have a lot left, which I like. I'm into. I want it to be rich. I want it to. It feels like a book right now. It really does, and that's important. When it comes to like mystery stuff and detective stuff, I want it to be real slow. I want it to the clues to come slowly.
Dude, the way that it's shot too is probably one of my favorite. One of my favorite things about that whole fucking show is the way they filmed it. A lot of those like weird angles and like focusing in on like the weirder shit, like shit that doesn't need to be focused on before they like zoom into something. What is it when he's in prison and they do like that weird high shot of like the camera down to like the bus, and it's like focusing on just the camera, and like the bus comes into frame out of focus. Like I don't know, this is like really pretty a lot of times.
I agree.
When when the PI goes to get on the bus, there's like that long like panning shot across a chain link fence where everything in the background's out of focus, and then it comes around the corner and goes in. Like shit like that, just I don't know. It goes a long way for me.
Yeah, I mean that reminds me of something which I'm just gonna put out there. We're not really gonna get into it tonight, which is because it's not very many episodes in. I actually haven't watched the 3rd episode yet, which is The New Pope, which is basically like a painting come to life. It's basically like a hilarious, beautiful poem that I can't explain to anyone why it's good, but it's like the best show on TV. And I can't explain if it's funny or sad or social commentary or whatever, because it's everything all at once. And it's like,
it seems super surreal.
It's so eccentric, but also so grounded at times and real and tangible, but also like a painting that feels old, and the set pieces and the acting and just it's a whole fucking thing. Like that show is like on another level, weird, but perfect. Which we can get into. I feel like maybe we'll talk about that when it's like over, and that show's like over, because I want to fully digest that one.
I'll have to give it a gander.
But back to Outsider. Outsider is right now is a perfect show, and I almost don't want it to continue. Like I wish they're like, we're done. We're not gonna air the rest. You make it up in your head. And I'll be like, oh, cool. In my head, it ends perfectly.
Choose your own ending.
Yeah, because like I'm so fucking worried that it's gonna be like just be like the last 2 episodes. They're gonna be like, there's just gonna be a guy in a rubber suit like jump out of a closet. It's gonna be like a fucking. And then they start doing cat scares and shit in the last episode. Like they're gonna be like that cop is like in the house, and the guy with the hoodie is gonna, and there's like a bird's gonna fly out of a cupboard, and he's gonna like and it's gonna
that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, especially based off the last episode where they were doing like I don't know what you would call them, like essentially like feeding grounds or whatever, like the adjacent to mystery places. I could imagine it being some abandoned place where a bird is going to fly out of something, and he will do that, and then I will laugh forever.
As long as all the neighborhood kids don't just like insult the outsider guy until he dies,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I look at it this way too. It's in HBO's hands also, and Stephen King seems pretty open to letting things be worked on for someone else's vision. I mean, not too many liberties were taken with like Doctor Sleep, but like you just mentioned, like the ending of
Yeah, I'd
it
like to watch that fucking movie. Shit.
is probably one of the more out of his hand studio things, and he's okay with it. Like, yeah, that's how that fucking ends now in movie form.
Yeah.
But I think with, like I said, I haven't read the book yet, so I don't know how too far off it already is, or if it isn't off that far. That I don't know. But I I have some faith in HBO. They usually don't
I
put out
think
too much shitty shit.
I have no respect for the original story when it comes to being adapted for screen. At that point, like, all bets are off. You should take the idea and the premise, but if you have to make it work for a TV show, you have to. Like, some things only work in book form. They don't work on screen very well, and I don't get mad about it. I don't get like, who cares? As long as they're both good on their own things. But I'll never read that book because I haven't read a Stephen King book in like literally like 20 years.
I'm reading them right now. Like I said, I'm on the third book of the Dark Tower series. Uh, I've never read them before, so I'm very excited to get through them.
The other day I read like 30 Batman comics in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, I caught up on the entire fucking
Shit, I gotta.
Batman.
Hang on a second. I got a Batman book here somewhere. There you are. I bought this recently. When did this come out? This is from
Alfred is dead.
1989. This came out. It is The Further Adventures of Batman. I'm excited to read this at some point in time.
He goes cruising.
Let's see how many stories are in here. One, two,
Take
three,
a
4, 5, 6,
Take a
7.
quick moment to thank our sponsor, Stella Artois Spritzer.
Hell yeah. There's like 14 stories in here.
Nice.
Cool.
There are like 14 calories in this can. That's not true. There's 120. But it's delicious.
You have to look. You knew that.
You can taste every calorie. You can really taste the cider base. Delicious.
You can really taste the chutney.
Only 3 out of 5 times will it give you heartburn. Only that amount.
I don't like those odds.
Yeah. If you're old, you're for sure. If you're like 21, you'll be fine. If you're 37, you're gonna get heartburn.
I'm drinking Sprite and rum, and I already have heartburn. So there's that. I'm just dumping it on top of heartburn that I already had.
What else is there to be said about Outsider? Like, I have no predictions, and it's not like a show where I'm going to predict what's going to happen. I don't really.
No, like,
I'm not thinking about it. I don't even,
like, unless you read the book or whatever, you probably have some good insight on it. But I do kind of want to talk about the I don't even know what to call it. The hoodie guy. The way that
Clayface.
Yeah, the way that they
Clayface. Can we just
the way
say
that they place
Clayface?
him in the background of things.
Just call Batman. It's fucking Clayface.
Come on, Clayface is my favorite Batman villain. Don't ruin Clayface for me.
It's fucking David. It's David S. Goyer's version of Clayface. That's a deep cut burn to David Goyer. Fuck that guy and all of his terrible applications.
But it's also a funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
I should say, well, we have Joe Russo, famous for his Marvel movies. on our show. I need to pitch in my Batman story with Clayface. No, but the way that they put the hoodie dude in the background of things, I really like that. I've had to go back and like look at some stuff to see if there was anything there or not, and sometimes it does pan out where like, oh yeah, he was there. That's fucking nuts. Um, it's really cool. I like all those subtle little hints and stuff. There's even the thing like I still need to go back and watch for this one, but when Jason Bateman's character goes to the strip club and he scratches the dude's hand.
Uh-huh.
When they first introduced that dude in the being interrogated, there's a close up of his hands. But I can't remember where he scratches them at. Like I want to go back and see if like that's a thing that
Where was the wrist?
That's what I thought too. But I mean, it's like I don't know if he does anything with his hands or like looks at it or not. Like I don't know. It just seems like one of those like subtle things that they might have put in there. I want to go back and look at it. So I will give the show that it definitely like makes me want to peruse back through episodes and look for things that I might have missed. I don't know. It's done so fucking well though. I agree. I really hope it doesn't shit the bed at the end. I'll be so upset. But,
I mean, I've had such a good track record. I feel like lately of shows that just satisfying on all levels. It's bound. There's bound to be a disappointment in there eventually. HBO has such a good track record for me. Like Curb is on right now, and New Pope, and we just like finished all those other shows that were good last year on HBO. HBO, I feel like for me is the most valuable $10 streaming service you could have. While it doesn't have as much content, let's say like Netflix, but Netflix is 75% garbage. Like it's shit you're never gonna ever want to sit through. HBO has like one original program after the other, and each one of them is pretty good. Even the one shows I don't watch, I hear are really good. So like,
yeah, I finally got through the last season of Silicon Valley, and
all right,
I was like, I'm glad I finally got to finish that shit. I like that show.
I'm probably even gonna check out that spaceship show.
Oh yeah,
I like
what is
Josh
that
Gad.
called?
Did you ever watch speaking of Josh Gad, did you ever watch that what was that fucking called? That Australian zombie comedy that he was in.
I did watch that. Yeah.
That was actually pretty funny.
I did like it.
I thought the humor was really funny. I thought like it's whatever with the zombies and stuff, but I thought the comedy, especially when they were making fun of like the fat kid and stuff, that shit was like fucking funny. Like I actually laughed a good amount, and I'm dead inside. So if I'm laughing, you're writing some funny jokes.
I'll say his character turn was kind of a.
Of course, it's very movie.
Yeah, but
I would have.
It wasn't without humor. It wasn't without being actually like funny about it and stuff. So I enjoyed it.
I would have several character turns if I could hook up with Lupita. God damn, that skin and those lips, Jesus squeeze us.
Oh, and the PI from The Outsider is in, was it Bad Things at the El Royale?
Shit, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, she's in that. And she's really good at it.
It's big.
And she's got a really good singing voice.
Oh, yeah, now I remember, yeah. That's right. Good throwback. Solid. We don't. Who needs IMDb? We don't. I do.
It was cool. Yeah.
I used it all the time. Spaceship Show pilot was meh. I didn't watch the pilot. I haven't watched any of it. All I know is that I have big eye bags. And I'm going to watch it. Too much singing in bad times.
Really?
Joe, you would like it if like you knew somebody.
I
If
enjoyed
you
it.
were friends with the director, you'd be like, it's the best movie you've ever seen.
He didn't
Cheers.
direct it.
Cheers, mate. Um,
Clink.
I really liked Bad Times. I wish Chris Hemsworth would do more fucking evil guy shit. He's a good
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun in that.
You know what has too much singing? Musicals. Every musical ever made.
Except Cats.
Every Disney movie has too much singing. What's that fucking what's it called? Fuck. What's the Queen movie called?
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Bohemian Rhapsody has too much singing. Cut all the singing and then out of that movie, and I would enjoy it.
You heard it here first, folks. Cut the singing
Rocket
from that.
Man, Rocket Man, cut the singing out. Just the gay drama I'm all I'm interested in. I don't want any singing. Don't sing. Never sing.
Duly noted.
Only sing in the musical episode of Buffy when they are cursed to sing. That's it.
So again, you heard it here first. We will not be doing a musical episode of Nerdicide.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I don't know if I could sing every one of my hot takes. My first hot take of 2020.
I don't think I could listen to you sing your hot takes.
I have such a beautiful nasally voice. Have you ever wanted to like live inside of a tin can? That's what my voice sounds like all the time. My only hot take of 2020 so far is that the Terminator movie was good. That's it. That's my hot take. I got nothing else for so far this year. I haven't watched a lot of movies. I was actually planning on going to see Gretel and Hansel tomorrow morning, but I totally forgot to get fucking tickets.
I can do that.
And I was not gonna watch that shit because it looked like a music video. But then I was like, then I realized I found out that Osgood Perkins guy did it. We did Black Coat's Daughter and that other fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, well maybe it's good, and I'm kind of curious about it now. And I was gonna go, and I still have to talk to Rosina. We might still try to go in the morning for the Super Bowl.
I read a couple things that just said it was like meh, but I don't think it was meant for people like that. So
I think the fucking his other Netflix movie, the one he did that went straight to Netflix, the Pretty Thing Lives in the House, that's pretty meh, but still shot really well.
mm-hmm.
I still think that guy shoots shit really well. I'm curious about it. Oh, cool, Joe. Humble brag. I don't know if I get off here. There's a good chance I will forget to get tickets, and then I won't go.
To the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm not gonna catch my private flight. Well, actually, it's in Miami.
Yeah, it's in Miami.
It's gateway art house horror for teen girls, but you don't like art house horror. You like fart horror, or any horror that was made by people that you shook hands with. So like, so you probably should like his movie. My thing with horror is that I don't trust anyone's opinion on it because only my opinion on a horror movie matters. Other movies I take into consideration, like if you said, "Oh, I saw this fucking drama, or this action movie," like I would, okay, cool, I'll check that out. But when it comes to horror, it's like I am very specific and unique, and I can't be convinced.
Yeah.
I have to see it, and then I make a decision. Like I like that fucking that stupid, what was it? Were they alligators or crocodiles? I don't remember.
Crawl.
I liked Crawl, and that should be a movie that on paper that I should fucking hate, and I really enjoyed it. So you never know.
I did as well. I thought it was really good.
Your opinion is not good, Joe. Not good. You probably liked the F9 trailer. You're probably excited for that.
Ugh.
You're excited for John Cena's weird arms.
They are weird, aren't they?
It's too big. You're too little to have arms that big. It's not normal.
He's just made of shapes.
He's shaped like a fucking. And also his
Veins
face.
on it.
His face is ugly. He's an ugly man. He looks like a weird bulldog. I don't know why. And don't say you didn't like it because The Rock is not in it. Because The Rock is trash in those movies, and The Rock is in all mostly trash movies. 99%.
I like though that they've established now that those films are doable with just interchangeable wrestlers. Like they don't need.
Well, it is. It's wrestling. It's just It's wrestling with cars. It's just like the cars fucking body slam each other, and none of it makes any sense. It's just like big theater, and it's over the top and corny, just like wrestling. I am also tired of those movies, but I'm glad they're gonna make it to 10. They're gonna make it to 10 at least, and then I feel like that's pretty impressive to make so many bad movies in a row.
How you didn't throw up on yourself when you just burped was impressive.
I'm a man.
That sounded gross.
I'm a man, lady. Baywatch was fantastic. No, it wasn't, Zach. Hi, Zachmo, by the way. We should do a segment on good rock. We should do a whole episode on movies that The Rock was in that are good. It'll be 1 minute long. It'll be like Jumanji and his first movie, The Rundown. The rest, crap.
Rundown is good.
Oh yeah, let's do the it's good. I don't like don't use the money thing with me because the money thing is like money does not equate anything that's like good.
Right.
Donald Trump has fucking money. What has he ever done that's good? Nothing. He's human trash. Taylor Swift is rich. There's a lot of rich people making a lot of money off bad products, and The Rock is one of them. Fast Five is not a masterpiece. It's a stupid movie. It's a trash pile. And I didn't get around to watching Hobbs and Shaw. Although I thought the trailer was entertaining, but I feel like I saw the whole movie with the trailer, so I don't ever need to watch it. He's not really in Mona.
Animated. He yell at you?
The Rock is bad. Does he have like any fucking like? Does anybody even like help him read scripts? Oh, you know what's gonna be real bad is that fucking Black Adam movie. Oof, that's gonna be a crap pile. I hope that Black Adam is the start of the end of comic books. I hope it's The Rock that does it.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
I wanted the first bomb, the first one where people go, you can't read that.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a single Fast and Furious movie ever.
I saw all of them through 5, and then I stopped watching them.
I seen parts of part 2 in a pop culture class that I had in college, and I wrote a paper about it called Too Fast. That one's the Too Fast, Too Furious. I wrote a paper called Too Fast, Too Curious.
Cute.
About the homosexual undertones of that movie.
That's good. I like that.
Dude, watch that. It took me like fucking the 5-minute clip to watch that movie where it was like, oh, I get it. Those dudes want to be with each other. Like, that's cool. But I don't know where the cars came in. Like, I don't know why the cars were a big deal. Like, they should just have been in a relationship. And what's that dude? It's Paul Walker and what's his name?
Diesel. The Diesel.
No. Was he a rapper
I've seen
or whatever?
Southland Tales. That was a long time ago. I'm not a fan.
How's that dude's name? I can't remember the other dude's name, but yeah, it's. I vaguely remember the clip of them like having like this intense conversation, and it was just like dripping, like the sexual tension between them. Like I get it, these guys gonna bone.
No, dude, you're missing it. It's about family or something. It's about family and cars jumping off things and family and people who should be dead who are not dead. And can't be any worse than that fucking Bloodshot movie that's coming out with Diesel.
Dude. Yeah, that looks like fucking trash.
You know what looks really bad is the action figure. Vin Diesel does not have a good face for action figures. It's so stupid.
He has a good face to tell people about Street Sharks. That's what he has.
Yeah. Yes, he does. He has a good voice for Groot, and that's it.
Fuck. Okay, so Bloodshot, there was already a movie being made with the Green Ranger. I can't remember his real name.
I almost said David Austin Green.
Yeah.
That's
not that one. No,
Ryan Austin Green is Jason David Frank.
There you go.
Right.
So they were they filmed it. Like they fucking filmed it, and then this Bloodshot movie was announcing and coming out. So they shit canned it. But you can watch like a little portion of it. I think it's on YouTube or whatever. Like you can watch a portion of that movie. It looks like a sci-fi movie, like it was made for sci-fi or whatever.
Right.
But he looks like Bloodshot at least. Like they did like makeup and stuff like that. He fights fucking Ninjak. Like they put some shit into it.
I've never read a fucking Bloodshot comic.
I think Wildstorm put that out.
Yeah, it's a comic I never read, and it's one of those '90s books that just it's dollar bin shit, 50 cents.
It was like gratuitous fucking violence. It was big guns and swords and shit like that. It was all that popular stuff from like the mid '90s.
All right, we gotta focus here. We're way off track.
What are we focusing on?
We gotta move on to the next segment. I'm tired of talking about Fast and Furious. That was not the plan.
Are we going to cancel culture?
Yeah, let's move on to our new segment called Cancel Culture. But I also like cancel the culture because we're canceling the pop culture. You get it. You understand. It's a reference.
You get it.
You
we're
get
canceling culture.
Yeah, we're canceling it. So today's episode, we're going to do John Carpenter movies. And you've seen this on the internet where they pick 4 things and then it's like one has to go. And I like this because not only are you saying, oh, one has to go, I like to say that you are saying that it doesn't exist anymore. Basically, you're erasing it. You're Thanos snapping it from the fucking earth. It doesn't exist.
We've done this before. We did this before with the horror franchises. So and I did not enjoy the fact that everybody wanted Friday the 13th to be erased. That bummed me out.
That's the thing.
So, fuck all of you.
Where it's also interesting because you also take in effect the things that particular thing might have influenced are also not going to exist down the line. But today we're doing John Carpenter movies. This one's not too hard. I picked the most famous ones. I obviously didn't like slide in Prince of Darkness or anything because that's one of my favorites. That's more of a niche.
I also love Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. So with this, the 4 movies I selected are Halloween, obviously. The Thing. Oh God, my computer is trying to sleep. The Thing, and Escape from New York, and Big Trouble in Little China. Those are the 4 John Carpenter movies. So basically, the idea is one of them has to be erased from time and space.
So keep in mind, you're taking a paycheck away from Kurt Russell 3 out of the 4 times.
He's good. He's got that Santa Claus movie on Netflix, and
That's true.
I'll let you go first. Pick your John
I'm
Carpenter
going
movie
first?
that you're gonna erase from everyone's movie shelf.
Well, you can 100% kiss Escape from New York goodbye.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I don't think you're that surprised. Honestly, that shit for me. I couldn't care less about that fucking movie or Escape from LA, like the sequel. Couldn't care fucking anything about them. I know a lot of people were influenced by those movies, and you can see the influences in a lot of fucking movies because of them. But honestly, Halloween's way too important.
Yes.
Big Trouble in Little China is a personal favorite, and The Thing is probably one of the most influential things on the fucking planet that you just can't fucking get rid of ever.
I'll see your whatever you just said, and I'll raise you a Big Trouble has to go.
Fuck you.
Big Trouble for sure, and I love that movie, but it's a little problematic for the time we live in, and also
That's fine, but I also it's one of my rainy day movies.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. Like, if you erase that one, it doesn't have that much of a cultural impact. Like, if you got rid of that movie, and it's not gonna, like, you obviously you can't get rid of.
They did an episode of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the computer animated one on Nickelodeon, and they did a whole thing with fucking Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay, but like 1,000 people saw that, and that's it.
Oh, come on, man. They even had the fucking Lil Pan come and do his fucking voice, and they called him Ho Chan, and it was amazing.
You don't have to convince me that the movie is. I love that movie. I love Kurt Russell's character. I think he's iconic in that, but like, and it's underappreciated. But
You're gonna take his money away.
It doesn't have the ripple effect. It doesn't have the ripple effect because obviously you can't take away Halloween. That's the most obvious one you can't ever get rid of. And then The Thing is just too. It's just too. It's too much. And it's like it would be like taking Alien away or something. But like,
if I knew it was going to be this heated over fucking Big Trouble in Little China, I would not have fucking signed on tonight. I would not have done this episode.
It's not but you understand, it's not a hate. I don't hate that movie. We're not hating the movie. We're just saying like, one of them has to be erased.
Getting rid of it forever.
Just snap. No more mutants. Because Escape from New York also has better music. It's one of his better scores. Because he does, obviously Carpenter's Lab is on score. The Escape from New York score is fucking dope. So dope. I love that fucking score so much. I love Snake Plissken. I love his outfits. I even like when he fucking plays basketball in Escape from LA because that is so stupid. And I love that they did that same dumb thing in Alien Resurrection. We're like, oh, you know what? It'll make this guy this. You know what? Kids will think is cool if he's really good at basketball for a few minutes. It's like, okay.
I tried watching that the other day because I know they put all of those on fucking HBO. And
oh yeah, I watched Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection in pieces. The last, because I always put on stuff to fall asleep to, and I fell asleep to both of those like in pieces, like last month a lot. So, and Alien Resurrection is so campy. I forgot how fucking campy it is. What was the fucking vibe? They're like, these movies are really serious. Not anymore. It was like
Yeah,
those doctors and shit. I was like, what is this, Reanimator? This is some campy fucking shit, bro.
it was.
Wow.
I think it was about 10 minutes into it, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I watching this again?"
It's hard. It's hard to get through.
Like, it didn't register. And how the fuck did they make Winona Ryder look younger in Alien Resurrection than she looks in fucking Beetlejuice?
I don't know, because she's a weird child person. She's a child person.
I couldn't wrap my brain around it. I was like, she looks fucking way younger in Alien Resurrection than she does in Beetlejuice.
Also, back to Escape from New York, Snake Plissken Kurt Russell is just doing his best Clint Eastwood, which is obviously a plus for me. You're just doing a fucking Clint Eastwood impersonation. You're wearing cool pants and boots. You have cool guns. You have an eye patch. You fly. What are those things called? A hang glider. Dope. When Escape from LA, he surfs. Surfs in the town. But we're not talking about that one.
Okay, the fact that Escape from New York got a fucking sequel and Big Trouble in Little China didn't is fucking upsetting to me.
I would love to see it. I would have loved to have seen another Big Trouble, but that wasn't in the cards, my friend.
Well, it should have been.
I just think you're lucky stars that The Rock hasn't been able to remake either of them yet.
Yeah. Well, I also think that I like Jack Burton's outfit better than I like Snake Plissken's.
They both have boots.
They do both have boots.
They like hold a gun.
But Jack Burton's also got mom jeans and a cool tank top.
So we're in agreement then that
And
Big Trouble goes away. All right.
No,
Moving
fuck
on.
you. Fucking dick.
Well, yeah. So I think, yeah.
Oh, here comes Joe with a fucking Hollywood story. I watched it with Kurt Russell in the audience. Did you shake his fucking hand too?
Yeah, so like it. Yeah. So that's all I have to say about that segment. That's a good segment. We're gonna keep doing those. We're
gonna be doing a lot of those.
So yeah, if you are watching this later and you have any thoughts on it, you can leave it on the actual Instagram post and tell us which ones that you would get rid of if you picked Halloween, or the thing you're like a moron. You're just a bad person.
Probably a bad person.
Really,
who's
just
not very smart.
Just really stupid.
Boy, you dumb.
Yeah, so that was our very new brief segment that we're gonna do all the time now, and I have some more fun ideas for it, and I like those because you're not shitting on something. You have to argue your way out of what's good, but like in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Which is good.
The franchise one was definitely a little more difficult.
That one was hard. That one was really
because
hard.
you're taking away an entire franchise of something, knowing full well that it was fucking influential on millions and millions of people, millions and millions of movies. Like that shit, yeah, that's definitely way harder. But like Joe said, if there wasn't a Snake Plissken, yeah, there wouldn't be a Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. I mean, it's him 100%. But I also think that game would probably have been made. He just would have been dressed as Jack Burton.
The franchises were Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, and Halloween. I picked Friday the 13th.
Fuck you.
Because it, to me, does not have an overwhelmingly one movie that is essential to horror. Friday the 13th is just okay. The other ones are just like real corny. Nightmare is too perfect.
Now listen.
Texas Chainsaw is too perfect, and Halloween is obviously perfect. Yeah, you can, but don't think about it as a whole. Think about you're gonna lose Texas Chainsaw in that one fucking movie, which is richer than any and more scary than any Friday the 13th movie. It's facts. It's science. Look it up on the internet. And this is coming from a person who loves Jason. I love Jason. He's one of my faves.
Well, apparently you don't.
Jason is bae, but his movies are they're corny cornball shit. They're like they're not essential. They're not essential.
Though.
Yeah, because there were slasher movies before it and they're better, so it's like something else would have come along.
1 and 2 are super dope. 3 is my favorite. I love 3 a lot. 6 is good. 4 and 5 can kind of... 4, I do like 4. A certain amount of 4. 5 can fuck
They're
right up.
entertaining, but I don't think they're not really shot well. They're not really I don't know. They're entertaining.
Neither is fucking Nightmare, though.
Yes, it is. It has cool fucking effects and stuff they had never seen before. I've seen people get stabbed and shit.
Got a hokey fucking crispy critter fucking spouting one-liners.
What?
Fucking lame, bro. Lame. Get that shit out of here.
No.
Get that shit out of... And I like Freddy too, but...
The chick,
Yeah,
she's upside down on the ceiling getting slashed up by invisible blades. That's cooler than fucking anything that's ever happened in any Friday the 13th movie. Friday the 13th movie is just people getting stabbed. What if he got an arrow in his eye? Ooh, what if he got stabbed through a mattress? Ooh, scary.
It is scary.
It's all just it's just all.
You know why that's scary? Because it could really fucking happen. You know what can't happen? A dream ghost can't fucking make you fly up on the ceiling.
You know what can't happen? You can't fucking stab a corpse and it's not going to come back to life with lightning. It's just not going to happen.
If Frankenstein has taught me anything, it's the complete opposite of what you just told me. That's science, bro.
New Nightmare is great, but it is not better than the first Nightmare. Because it's no. It still has
Whatever.
It has that little kid shit, which is real fucking corny. We'll just
fight in person next time we're together. We'll fight it out.
This is why this is so fun, because it's it's hard to argue against things that you like. I like those things, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Fucking hard to be it would hurt me if those movies were gone.
Honestly, really, the first Nightmare movie was probably one of the most terrifying things I saw growing up.
Oh,
one of the first most terrifying things I saw.
I have to roast Joe here for a second.
Do it.
So it was shot better. The acting is better than the original. So you must really like the new Star Wars more than the old Star Wars, which has better acting and better cinematography and better special effects. So suck 100 dicks. You just roasted yourself. You're really gonna like that Crow remake, aren't you?
I am one of the opposers to the new Nightmare bullshit. I don't like that movie. Yeah. I don't think it's well acted. I think the effects are... Yeah, it's stupid as fuck. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's the fucking Jason Takes Manhattan of the fucking Nightmare series.
Whoa.
Hate that movie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Oh boy, that's gross.
That was the worst movie I saw last year. Hands down. One of the worst. All right.
That made our list for bad movies, didn't it?
Yeah. By the way, hey, we got cut off, everybody. Didn't realize that first hour was already up. So we're coming back. Stronger. Faster. More furious.
Better,
Hey,
faster.
we got cut off.
Yeah, I know. That was a quick hour.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Does it?
Yes, it's science.
It's just good science. So
time,
yeah,
time
and
flies.
I was still trying to make a point about the new Nightmare
Uh-oh,
not being.
you got a horror person on here. They're gonna roast you. You better be careful. Garrus
It's
is
not
here.
time to rewatch New Nightmare. I did watch it fairly recently. It is not good. The meta shit, I fucking get it. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Um,
And I will repeat my hot take that it is the Jason Takes Manhattan of the Nightmare series. It's not fucking good. I do not like it. I don't like the acting in it. I think all of it's bad. But I'm nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm nobody. So it doesn't matter.
Anyways, I disagree, but that's fine. God, gotta move into our second hour crap. We gotta bring Joe on and talk about the Oscars, which are a thing that are happening in a week that no one cares about, who actually likes movies, because all the nominations are mostly crap. But we're gonna talk about it with Joe, who is a Hollywood insider, after I go pee. So just stay tuned while I go pee, and then you can stay here and talk about how good New Nightmare is. I'll be right back.
I'm not talking about New Nightmare anymore. I don't want to talk about anything. What's up, Joe? Looks like it's just me and you right now. Oh, Kelsey's back. This is my least favorite thing, is holding down the fort. I'm not good at it. I'm not excited about this at all. It is pretty fucking fun. I do like reading your Wolverine comments on his Cyclop posts. They make me laugh. When were you in Ohio? Where were you in Ohio? Where? Yeah, it's fucking cold here, dude. Oh, you were down in Cincy? I won't be down there until March something or other for Horror Hound. I'll be down there with Vinegar Syndrome. Don't come to Ohio in January. That's bad math on your part. Were you on a business trip? I basically just hang out with James from Vinegar Syndrome, sit at the table, and sell movies. He invites us down. Me and our buddy Wes go down there with him, and we sell movies. I wouldn't have picked it either. It's fucking Cincinnati. Yeah, we've been doing it for a couple years now. It's always a good time. Got to meet Rey Mysterio while I was down there. One year we were down there, and Meatloaf was in the room across the hall from us. It was pretty cool.
I love Meatloaf.
No, you don't.
I like his music, but he as a person is a pile of shit.
He walks with 2 canes. Did you know that?
I don't give a fuck. He's named after the worst food you could eat. Before we have Joe on, I want to show 2 items.
Okay.
I got a pin, hard to see.
Ooh.
It's actually it's a naked lady witch on a goat. It glows in the dark.
It looks like it glows in the dark.
It's from a company called Pixel Elixir. It's my newest pin I got off Etsy.
I like that a lot.
It's really cool. Not necessarily exactly like a Black Phillip or the Witch. It's not made
Close
based
enough
on that, but it's pretty on the nose. They sent me a cool little package with some funny stuff like a Poltergeist trading card and a few other really silly things in the envelope, which I always appreciate, little stuff like that. And then I also got this Cyclops coin purse, which is very well made. I got this off.
God, you're a fucking nerd.
I got this off Amazon. I got a fucking Amazon. I got like a $15 Amazon thing from work, and then I was like, "What can I get for $15?" They can't get anything good for $15, and I was like, "Bow."
That's a really cool Wolverine coin purse, Joe says.
Oh yeah, Joe. I don't understand why that's still a running joke. It doesn't like upset me. It's just like
I don't know, but I thoroughly enjoy it.
Or you enjoy bad things.
Except for New Nightmare.
Anyways, these are. I haven't really been getting a lot of stuff because money. I haven't
gotten anything.
Mostly just my comics right now. So comics are priority over toys and stuff. I know I got some toys, but a couple things, but they're fucking buried. But I just wanted to show off this because
I like that.
I am obsessed with collecting Black Phillip related pins, so I had to show that off. Real quack. I
don't have anything to show. I haven't bought anything recently in a while.
Show these nuts.
Ooh.
I was at Walmart today, and they had the NECA Part 5 and Part 3 Jason figures at Walmart.
Nice.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's cool.
That's
I do
not
have something
true.
to share, though.
Hold on.
Sure. This guy. What's he? You go to make what he's gonna fucking show me? This fucking dick. All I want to do is go smoke a cigarette, take a pee. Probably pooping in a box. He's gonna show me poop in a box.
Oh, I'm gonna show you my dong. Hard as a rock. All right. I did get 2 figures. I have 2 of the new McFarlane DC figures.
Oh, you did pick those up?
I have the regular Batman. This is all I have. I'm so in love with this line. I love how tall they are. I really am kind of bored with most of the McFarlane stuff, but the multiverse line before from Mattel was such garbage. The figures were so trashy. I got that one, which also has the cool Jim Lee art on the back.
Nice.
I got the animated because you gotta have the animated. It's got
Look
some
at that chest.
extra. Oh, it's so Brad. Got the cool.
Oh, that's cool. I do like that.
Back. Yeah, I want to get the Batman Who Laughs and the Hellbat. Those are the other two that I must fucking own. And that's it.
Cool, bro. The only thing I really got going on this month right now is my buddy Jeremy won tickets from a radio station to go see Tim and Eric.
Oh, nice. That's great.
So I'm going to go see Tim and Eric in a couple weeks.
That's great.
And then after that, I'm going to see Refused. up in Detroit also. Both of those shows are up in Detroit. They just added Race Trader to that review show, and I'm so fucking stoked to see those dudes. I'm very, very excited.
Great.
It'll be my first time seeing reviews too, so it'll be a
Nice.
big deal.
Cool, man.
Hopefully they play some old jammers off of
Sure they
Shape.
will. All right, let's kick Courtney off of his own show and bring Joe Russo on to talk about the Oscars So White. Hashtag Oscars So White. Courtney's going to say bye-bye. He'll hang around in the comments, and then he'll come by in the end and say goodbye when I go bye-bye. And then
Yup. Later, dudes.
Bye-bye. See you in a few.
Bye.
Now I'm waiting for Joe Russo. Oh, damn, he's already on it. Hey, it's Joe Russo with a beard.
New decade, new beard.
What a beardo.
No.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back from Ohio.
I know. I was just telling Courtney that I went there.
Yeah, how was that? How was Ohio?
It was cold.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was very white and very cold. Although
I don't know. We were
I
shooting
don't know if it's
we were shooting in an abandoned playing card factory, and so there's no heat. So when you're outside, it was 35 degrees, and then when you went inside, it was like a refrigerator.
I know exactly what that feels like.
Yeah,
that's fucking terrible. But briefly explain what you were doing there before we get into that Oscar stuff.
I wrote a movie, and it's shooting in Ohio, and it's an action movie, and it stars Bruce Willis. So there's that.
There is that.
So,
I can't picture any action in Ohio. I can't picture Bruce Willis in Ohio, but kudos for you for making those things happen in Ohio.
The first night we were there, we were staying in the same hotel that Bruce was in,
Uh-huh.
and we saw him in the restaurant, and we got really excited. Even though we knew we'd see him the next day on set, it was still really exciting to see Bruce Willis in person in a hotel in Ohio.
That's the last place that I would ever expect to see Bruce Willis is at a hotel in Ohio.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
here's
cool.
a funny story. The producer was like, he's like, can you tell if he's drinking or not? And so we snuck around the side of the hotel and like looked in the window behind him to see what he was drinking.
And was he drinking?
He was drinking Perrier.
Oh, there you go. See? He's responsible.
Oh, sorry. I hit a button. Anyway.
Well, that's cool. What's the movie about? When can we expect to see it? Where will it be on?
Well, they're still shooting. I just went for the days that Bruce was there. So yeah, it's really weird because it's the first movie I've had get made that I'm not there for the whole time. But so like they were shooting today, and it was kind of fun because I'd go on Instagram and I'd see someone post a story of like bad guy getting like shot in the head, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That is cool. So it's a really funny story. It's evolved a lot since we sold it originally. It used to be a science fiction action film, and now it has like no sci-fi in it.
Okay.
So there you go, the Hollywood rewriting system at work. But the premise now is a group of private military contractors are hired by a billionaire tech genius, Bruce Willis, to come accompany him on a tech scout to a potential site that's going to be a tear down, and he's going to put like a new Apple like factory there.
Hey.
And when they get there, they realize they've been kind of baited into a situation. There's these terrorists have a piece of stolen tech, and the only person that can access the stolen tech is this CEO. And the reason he put them all in this situation for them to be, attacked is because they have his daughter, and he's trying to get her back. So,
it sounds very much like an action movie.
It sounds very much like an action movie. Someday after it comes out and everyone's like, oh, that was an action movie, I'll tell you what the original movie was about. It was much more interesting.
Fair enough.
So anyway, it's fun, and it was a cool process, and it was like, it's ironically, here's a good segue into what you wanted to talk about. The producers of the movie are producers on The Irishman, which is the Academy Award nominated The Irishman.
All right, well, fuck. Let's talk about these stupid movies then. These least interesting movies of last year. I mean, they're the ones that aren't stupid. The ones that aren't stupid are the ones I haven't seen. I would assume. For example, I haven't seen 1917. I can't speak on it.
Oh well, that's a pretty good movie.
That's what I heard. But like
I've seen all.
Go ahead.
I've seen all of them. So.
But your opinion is a little suspect. So. So let's just go through let's only go through the thing that matters. I don't give a shit about acting awards. We all know fucking Joaquin is gonna get Joker.
Yep.
But Joker hopefully will not get Best Picture, right? Because that's a fucking travesty. Like, that's a travesty.
I wouldn't count it out.
I feel
like. How do you want to do this? You want to talk about categories, or do you want to talk about?
We can mostly skip everything except for just like what's the Best Picture, because director is interesting as well, but like at the end of the day, like Best Picture is really like the thing that irritates people the most.
Okay. Well, you want to talk about director or Best Picture?
We'll start with director and start going through those. And
okay. Well, so the 5 directors are Scorsese,
right,
Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes, Bong Joon-ho, and why am I blanking on the 5th person?
It wasn't Tarantino, was it?
Yeah, it is Tarantino. Yeah. So I think
it's white guys and then a Korean guy.
Yep, the token Korean guy.
Every year there's a token.
So I think Scorsese is. I think Irishman has lost all momentum completely. I think it doesn't win anything. I think it was an obligation. You
think you're feeling Mendes on this?
I think Mendes certainly has the strongest case going into it. I think if Tarantino wins anything, it'll be a writing award.
As per usual.
Yeah. I think. I think it's down. I think it's really between Sam Mendes and probably Bong Joon-ho.
I could see that, and those would both be fine with me. Even though like I said, I haven't seen 1917, but like there are times like when people say like there's usually like when things are unanimously going like a certain way where everybody that I respect or listen to opinion-wise goes, this is really good, and I hear it 1,000 times from people that I already like trust, then I usually go, okay, well, I believe it. When things are like divided, split, something like a Joker, where it's very like this way or that way, those are the times where I have to see it and then I make a decision. And it's just like I haven't. Okay, let me run you through these movies, because let me tell you, last fall my dog broke his leg, my puppy. He
I
broke.
remember.
Yeah, he fractured his leg. So I was with him. Like, yeah, we couldn't leave him alone. And during that time, I missed a lot of movies in the theater. So I was at the mercy of playing catch up when I could catch it at home.
Right.
And I still haven't gotten to 1917, and I haven't seen Parasite, and I haven't seen Uncut Gems. So there's a lot of things that I feel like I'm like out of the loop on movie wise, and a lot of what sucked is I didn't get to see them in the theater, which is a bummer. Although Parasite is still playing and at AMC as well as 1970, so I still have opportunities to see those in the theater.
They're both great. They're worth seeing in the theater.
I really want to see Parasite so bad because that dude is just like a fucking machine. And all of his movies are fantastic. And but like to kind of go off subject of this category, the thing about the Oscars that irks me is they kind of did it with what's her face with Hereditary, that actress ignoring her performance, and now ignoring Willem Dafoe in Lighthouse. How do you ignore such a fantastic performance that's, in my opinion, better than Joaquin Phoenix? His speeches with that lighting and that wording is way more difficult than just to do a weird cackle laugh and paint blood on your face. It's like fucking. It really bugs me. Do you think that horror will ever get its due? And do you also think that like there's maybe like a little bit of like Joker getting all of this? Because do you think that anybody votes in a way where they're like, oh well, we kind of ignored Dark Knight that year, and like it should have been Best Picture that year, and now there's like, here's all the acolytes for Joker. We fucked up once, but like here now you Joker.
So the answer is to the later question is yes. People do give consolation prizes to movies. So could that be what's happening? Could part of the love for the Joker be because of them missing the boat on Dark Knight? Maybe. But I think the Academy loves Joker. You know, and Joaquin Phoenix has gotten a trophy everywhere he's gone. So I think.
I know, and like I said, acting for sure.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think that your opinions about Batman have blinded you to maybe some of the strengths of Joker?
No, because I don't. Like I was saying earlier, like adaptation stuff, I don't watch. Like just like X-Men, I like the original, the first couple X-Men movies, even though they're nothing like the comics. I will always watch something on screen for what it is versus like what it was based on. I don't ever go like, oh, the book was this thing when I was 12 and you can't do this. Blah.
Right.
I don't give a shit. Like, I only watch stuff as I go, oh, is this a good movie? Is this a good TV show? I don't care where it came from. It could live separately. It could be like based on it or whatever, but like, I don't go that route. The Batman stuff, and if anything, felt out of place. I feel like in the movie, like
I agree with you. I don't
felt like they just like, oh yeah, by the way, here's some Thomas Wayne shit.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna argue about that. I was just curious. Yeah, I mean, okay. So first of all, I didn't see The Lighthouse. So
what?
Yeah, no, I have zero interest in it. I just
what?
I know I'm not gonna like it.
You don't know that. It's nothing like The Witch. It's nothing. They're completely different.
I might watch it when it comes on a streaming service, but I'm definitely, I'm not actively.
It took me 2 watches.
I'll watch it at some point, but everyone told me I wasn't gonna like it, and I just decided not to see it.
That's so cool.
Guess what? Then it wasn't nominated for anything, so I was like, oh, good. My
yeah, but that's fucking horror. It's horror.
It's like phantasmagorical or whatever.
Yeah, but like even if it's got a fucking toe in, if it has a toe in, I feel like they're like, oh, well, we can't nominate this shit.
But then how did Anthony Hopkins win?
Because that's like serial killer shit is like the thing because it's cops.
I don't know.
If it's cops,
I
it's,
don't know.
it's still drama.
I
If it's
don't
cops
know.
with
I
guns,
don't know.
pew pew pew, it's drama, not horror.
All right, maybe.
That's how they look at it.
I think Shape of Water and Get Out opened the door for horror movies to be taken more seriously. But I think it'll still be a couple of years before you see the infiltration of, those performances.
There was something else. Oh, and didn't they snub Sandler and a few other people? And do you also
Courtney,
feel
it was not true crime. Hannibal Lecter is not based on a true story.
I love that. But like
True crime.
also and the big controversy this year is that it's like all white guys again.
Yeah, but it's not all white guys. There's a yellow guy.
Yeah, and think of all the females that are.
Yeah, well, okay, but here's the thing, and actually on my podcast that's going to be coming out in the next day or two, Hollywood Hangover, we talk about this controversy. But spoiler, like I don't think Little Women was that good.
I didn't see it. I
think it was a fine movie. I think it was like a broccoli Oscar movie. It's like, here's your vegetables, but I think The Farewell was better than Little Women, and I think if any.
Oh yeah, Farewell. I feel like Farewell and Hustlers didn't get their due.
I don't think Hustlers. I mean, J-Lo, I do think got screwed, but I don't think Hustlers as a whole should have been in the mix.
She could have got a supporting just nomination, obviously not a win, but like
yeah. Supporting nomination would have been nice for J-Lo, but I don't think the movie deserved like a Best Picture. Or
I liked it more than Joker.
Wow. Well, you're in the minority there.
Joker might be to me, humble Justin, the most overrated movie of all time. It has to be. Like it's just like what haven't you seen in that movie 1,000 times over? And I'm not discrediting Joaquin Phoenix being good at acting, because he's good at acting, but the story is boring. Nothing of interest. The social commentary is so weak. The fact that motherfucker in that last scene screams like the plot of the movie at the audience is so cringy. He's like, what if you take a fucking lowly outcast or whatever and throw him into society? I was like, I wish he would have shot me in the fucking head. That shit was so cringy. That's the cringiest line I've ever seen in like a big movie ever. Who thought that, unless they're being super meta, because there's no other reason to put that line in that movie unless you're trying to, you're having a conversation with the audience who you think are retards.
I just can't wait for Todd Phillips to get out of award season so he can start making the Hulk Hogan movie. And that's all I have to say about Joker. Joe needs to get paid.
Joe can still get paid. And
what's that?
Joe can get paid and slander that movie.
So I don't think Greta Gerwig deserves to be in that group. Like even if I took Scorsese out, which I feel like is like the obligatory director nom, I would probably still put Rian Johnson in there for Knives Out over him. Probably would put Taika Waititi in for Jojo Rabbit over Greta. Like those movies just had bolder visions, I think, than Little Women did. So I think there's a lot of you can't just be like, here's your participation nomination. I don't know, but
I really think it's not like I'll say it every year. You can't get mad at the movies that get made by these people because of their advantages. You get mad at the studios and the executives for not giving the opportunities for people of color and women to make more movies. So there's more options.
Right. But
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
flip side,
I'm never gonna get mad at fucking.
last year was like the first year I think that there were more women directing film, like TV shows. I think, I don't know if it's the same for film, but TV shows than men. So it's like the opportunities are getting out there now, and it's going to take a while until, like, I mean, like, look at the people who are nominated, right? It's Scorsese, it's Tarantino, it's Bong Joon-ho, it's Sam Mendes. You know, like, these people have been honing their craft for 20, 30 plus years.
Right.
You know?
They're not newbies.
Greta Gerwig got nominated her first time out for Lady Bird, which I think she deserved. And she's going to get back to that dance again, you know? So let Marty have his moment in the sun, you know?
She should just do a gritty fucking maybe an 80s, 90s reboot of Harley Quinn. There you go. Just
There you
have
go.
her fucking thrust her into society.
It probably would work. Probably would get her in the dance. Anyway, so yeah, I think if you were gonna bet on Sam Mendes, I think Bong Joon-ho is probably the dark horse. I don't think Tarantino gets it. I don't think that who else is in there? Can't remember.
Phillips.
I don't think Todd Phillips gets it at all. So yeah, that's where I would put my money. Sam Mendes and then dark horse Bong Joon-ho. Best Picture. I think we can rule out a bunch of them just by going through the list. You know.
Okay.
So 1917 is definitely in contention. Do you have a list in front of you? I don't have a list in front of me.
I can make that happen.
All right, that's probably a good idea because there's like 8 of them.
Oh god, they nominated Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, they did, which is a great movie, by the way. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
It's really
yeah, we're forgetting about Marriage Story. Marriage Story, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, The Irishman, Parasite, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So here's the skinny. All right, so 1917 is in contention. Joker's in contention. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is in contention, and Parasite is in contention. I think those are your 4 likely best pictures. All the other ones you can kind of probably push to the side, with the exception of maybe Jojo Rabbit.
I don't see that point through.
Well, here's why. So you have to remember that the Academy votes preferentially. So when they fill out their ballots, they say, like, here's my favorite, here's my second favorite, here's my third. And those things are attributed a certain value, right? So depending on how people end up voting and where they put movies in their list, if everyone's number 1 is different and everyone's number 2 is Joker, guess what Best Picture is?
God, I hope it doesn't go that way.
This is why everyone is always so unhappy with Best Picture, because this is how they do it. They it's like a mathematical equation, you know. And if everyone, this is a year where there's quite a few movies that people probably consider would be the Best Picture, right? So that means that you have to seriously consider the dark horses, which are Parasite, which are Jojo Rabbit, and which is Joker, right? So
is Joker really a dark horse? I feel like, what are the leading then? Like, what are the most obvious?
1917 is the leader of the pack right now. It's won the Producers Guild Award, it won the Directors Guild Award, won cinematography. It's won the Golden Globe. Like, it's doing well at the box office. There's great buzz around it. The reviews are good. I was sitting and talking with Nick Garris about this the other day, and he suddenly is saying it might be his favorite movie of the year, even though he loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and he loved Jojo Rabbit. He's just so floored by the filmmaking, you know. and this is, you have to remember that the Academy is mostly comprised of filmmakers and technicians and such, and it is a technical feat. And it's also a war movie, and Hollywood loves war movies.
That is also
so like that's why 1917 is the front runner. However, you also have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which also has a bunch of things Hollywood loves, which is mostly itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it's a circle.
So I could see those two movies being in a lot of people's number ones and maybe canceling each other out, which means now you have to look at Parasite and Joker and Jojo Rabbit. And Joker's a real contender because Joaquin's won everything. He won SAG, right? And
Right.
the number one body in the Academy is the actors. That's the largest voting body. So if all of the actors are in love with Joaquin's performance and they place Joker at number 2 or 3 across the board, and there's a cancel out at the top, it could happen. It could be Best Picture Joker. So,
Trash.
yeah. So
That's trash.
Yeah, I know.
It's extra irritating because it's comic stuff, and like, while I'm not mad that they changed the fucking story of Joker or whatever, they changed those things to make the movie. That doesn't irritate me. The fact that it's considered a comic book movie, even though it's not really anything to me, it has nothing to do with Batman at all.
Yeah.
It's like it's social commentary for dummies.
Remember, I came on last year.
Mental illness commentary for dummies. It's like Crash was about racism. It's like, if you're a fucking moron today, like, oh man, it really makes you think. If you're smart, you're like, oh, I've seen this done better.
Well, but so remember when we were on last year, and I was like, Green Book's gonna win, and you were like, how the fuck is Green Book gonna win?
Green Book is also racism for dummies.
Well, but forget about the racism or whatever for dummies. It's just Green Book was a really good, solid movie that was probably everybody's second favorite, and ta-da! Now it's Best Picture. So
I hope everyone's second favorite should be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I feel like that's your second movie, like whatever you like the most.
Could be. It could be. But I think a lot of people would go back and forth between 1917 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and because it has those two traditional Oscar-y pulls, war movie and movie about Hollywood, right? Like, I could see those two movies canceling each other out.
But then there's Parasite, which is like, I feel like when I had people that like I don't even talk to very often, like text me and go, "Have you seen Parasite? I just watched it." And like, they're not movie people. It's just like a movie where everyone saw it.
The Academy will already be giving Parasite a trophy for foreign.
For foreign, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, which means they won't feel like they're obligated to put it in their number 1 or 2.
Racist. We gotta get these white guys their awards.
I mean, it's not even just that. It's an English language movie, a Hollywood movie. So, anyway, that's is that. The point is, Parasite will walk away with the statue.
Yeah.
So it may not be people's second or third favorites, which kind of puts Joker and Jojo Rabbit in the prime seats. And the reason I say Jojo Rabbit is because tonight Jojo Rabbit won Best Adapted Screenplay at the WGA. So it like continues to sneak back up as this like movie in the background that people keep forgetting about, but people really love. So
I haven't seen that one either.
It's wonderful. It was my favorite movie last year. So
it's a thing that I would really like to see. I was trying to get my hands on a screener, but I'm so far away from LA. So far.
Yeah. Let's talk after the show, and I can maybe help with that. Anyway, yeah. So that's my thoughts, man.
Well, it all sounds pretty logical, but if Joker wins, I'll be sad. And at the same time, it really affects me not very little about what the Oscars are. People are always going to be irritated about something. My thing is like I'm not really so angry about who's going to win Best Picture or whatever, but there are nominations I feel like that should have happened that don't happen. That kind of stuff irks me more than like what wins or loses.
Like which one?
Mostly right now it's Willem Dafoe in Lighthouse because I feel like he was better than.
It will be Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems once you see that.
I have heard that as well, and that's probably true as well. And those are both things I was like, why can't you give Sandman his due? Give Sandman his due. Why not?
He's very good in it. He's very
not
good
even a fucking nomination. Are you kidding me?
Well, and the fact that the movie was nominated for picture either is kind of a crime as well. It's one of the best movies of last year. And I would say the only other movie that should have been nominated for Best Picture and wasn't is Knives Out. Have you seen that yet?
I did see Knives Out. Really good.
Fun. It's really fun.
So fun. And the cast, fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. So
yeah, really enjoyable. I watched that over Christmas with my mom and my girlfriend. We all loved it. We had so much fun.
Yeah. So,
at the weird one.
Yeah,
that movie was done by the best director of any Star Wars movie, Rian Johnson. Cheers, mate.
Irvin Kershner's rolling in his grave.
There was a really funny meme on Twitter. I don't know. You probably didn't see it, but it was like people were like, that when people tweet something, you're supposed to respond to it or whatever. And it was like a thing where it was like, name a movie that you love that never got a sequel. And like somebody wrote Last Jedi. It was like I was like, oh yeah, that's for sure true.
That is true. Cool. That is true. Rise of Skywalker is the sequel to The Force Awakens.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But at least it had Babu Frick.
Yeah, thank God for Babu Frick.
That was it.
Hey,
that's all I remember.
My opinion is J.J. Abrams had to land a plane that was on fire with both ends bursted, and he landed it. The whole thing was a fucking clusterfuck. So, and that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, we'll have you on we have to do a full-on other episode on Star Wars.
New Nightmare is better than all three of those movies.
That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about that, but I do like New Nightmare a lot, and I love Last Jedi. It's the best Star Wars movie ever made.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I know that.
Not.
I know that
the
hurts
first
you
three movies are so. Anyway,
you saw them as a child. Your mind is broken.
But I watched Last Jedi as an adult who like lives and breathes screenplays and storytelling, and it's not good. Knives Out, good. Last Jedi, bad.
You don't like it. You don't like it because of Star Wars reasons.
No.
No, wait, we can't. No, we're not gonna do this.
Right,
we're not
fine.
gonna do this.
Do it later. All right, fine.
And we'd have to do a whole Star Wars.
You want to let Courtney come back on and finish the show?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Nice stuff to eat late dinner, but I appreciate you coming on and talking Oscars. I hope that you're mostly wrong about Joker.
Hey, I would like it to be anything but Joker too, but
Anything but
just saying,
Joker. That's a good hashtag.
be prepared for another Green Book situation. That's all I'm saying. So,
Green hair book. Anything but Joker is the hashtag for sure that night. Anything but Joker.
yep.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We love
Bye.
you.
We love you too. Bye.
Bye. And now we will have Courtney come on, back on, while I play some jams, and then we can wrap this bitch up. Skip. Whoa. Courtney, come back on. Let's say goodbye. Hey.
So,
Hey, welcome back.
so just to clarify my true crime comment.
Okay, clarify.
I meant that it was like a crime story, and that's how he won that. America loves crime stories.
I agree. I
agree with you that it was a cop thing, that it was all of that. So
if there are cops, it's not horror. And there's no supernatural, even if it's serial killers, to the Academy is not horror because
correct. It was a crime story.
It's criminals. They're like mobsters. They're criminals. Even if you're scared. But yeah.
Correct.
Right.
But I really hope too that the Joker doesn't win anything. You know, I commented on there.
I'm okay with it winning Best Actor because like he really went all out. And
That's
did
fine.
But,
That's fine.
The story and everything else is just blah. So it needs to go away. I hope people forget about
it. I don't know. Like I commented, seeing the Joker, but I feel like I've seen it, and I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen it? Any Scorsese movie? You've seen it.
Seen Taxi Driver.
Yeah, and what's the other King of Comedy? Fuck, I don't know. And just like, if you've ever talked to like a 14-year-old about like life, like how hard life is, and 14-year-olds. It sucks when people blame me. I just wish I could. I wish I could back at everybody.
That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah. Time to wrap this shit up. I have to go pee and go eat food. I'm starving to death. And you're frozen. Did it to me again.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
Being dumb.
Next time we'll be back. I'm sure we'll have a couple more Outsider episodes to digest. We'll have another segment of cancel culture, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about New Pope, if you can catch up on that. If you ever get to Terminator. I will probably have seen some other movies before we do this again. So
it's more likely I'm gonna try and push for the new Terminator before I dive into the New Pope. Yeah, there's a few things I need to catch up on.
Oh shit.
I haven't seen half of the fucking movies. Like, I haven't even watched The Irishman yet. Like, I don't care about that either. So.
Oh, it's so boring. So boring.
Does not have anything.
It's so boring.
Like,
I don't care what anyone says. It's fucking boring, and they're giving it a pass because of Scorsese. It's just okay.
I understand. Like Joe said, it's a courtesy thing. But not
before
I
go, I just want to say tomorrow's the Super Bowl, and I don't care about football, but I am making my world famous giant nachos, so it's an excuse to do that. I'm going to sit around and eat nachos. I'm going to watch football for like 4 hours. And I am going to hope the 49ers lose because if they win, they're going to have a big, stupid fucking parade in the city, and it's going to fuck everything up, and that's gross. And while the Chiefs are a racist organization with a stupid fucking name for a race of
Agreed.
people, I will be rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow. Go Whitey or whatever. I don't care. Like, fucking Chiefs all day. The Bay has had the Warriors like for like fucking 5 years straight. We don't need any more fucking wins in this town, and there's already enough turds on the sidewalk in the city. We don't need any more poop on the sidewalk. Drunk poops. It's too much. Please just lose. I'm sorry.
How is that even a thing? I still don't understand that.
The
amount of shit.
The homeless in the Bay, they poop directly on the sidewalk, in the middle of the sidewalk. They don't poop in like hiding. Like in LA, the homeless, you never find their turds because they like go behind dumpsters and shit. In the Bay, they poop right on the sidewalk, in the middle. Where my job is, it's like kind of like out of the city, and it's like I see 4 to 5 human piles of shit every morning. Every morning. It's not an exaggeration. I'm not talking shit, pun intended. But it's real, man. It's a real thing.
Dude, I cannot wait to come visit you so I can shit on the sidewalk. Like God intended.
No one will say anything to you. Like, that's it. The wealth gap, Matt.
Well, I mean, I look the way that I look, so I could probably pass as a homeless person anyway.
Good.
So.
I mean, it's just... because like the wealth gap is so large, it's just like people who make 3 figures and people who make less than 30,000. So like, and then there's like 1 million homeless people here. Just
Jesus Christ.
Fancy towns, and it's a nightmare. It's the wealth divide in the Bay is crazy. At least in LA, there's a good portion of LA of people who just make between like 40 and 90,000 a year, and it's like a comfortable place where all of these people kind of sit. That's not like that here. It's like everyone is super fucking poor or super fucking rich, and there's very little middle ground.
That's so
like
weird.
If you fail, like if you fuck up and lose your job, it's like, oh well, I don't know.
Guess I'm pooping on the street.
Just move to fucking Iowa. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have to stay here. The weather's not even good. Why would you stay in the Bay and become homeless? Get the fuck out. Go do drugs in Iowa.
That's something I don't understand. Is I imagine the same jobs exist in another state.
Just go.
Where you would probably, if you were making it in the Bay, and then you fucking fuck up and you lose your job, whatever, like, that job exists in, like, every other fucking state. I would feel like you could probably go excel and be better at it than somebody.
Just think about the house you could buy in Ohio for $3,000 a month. That's like a 2-bedroom apartment here. $3,000. It's a mansion in Ohio.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Dude,
out
fucking house payments here in Ohio are like $500.
That's nothing.
And like that doesn't make sense to me.
That's less than my old rent.
That's crazy.
Or half of my old rent, which was really cheap.
Like we have a 1-story 3-bedroom house, like $575 that we rent. You know what I mean? Like it's not out of the realm of the reality. But we are going to be house hunting this year. I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Very, very excited to not live in a shoebox anymore. I mean, yeah, it's 3 bedrooms, but it's a fucking straight line, and it's small. But if we do get a house, I mean, it's the same thing. We're looking at like just over $500 fucking dollars for a house payment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna start pooping on the sidewalks of Branner.
Who says I haven't already?
You know what the wildest stuff about the poops on the sidewalks that I always comment to people about is like they're like whole, solid, fantastic poops. They have great BMs. Like I live in a house and like I don't shit that well. where they're getting their fucking fiber? They got the best like diet, like on this
They're just
garbage.
straight up eating cardboard.
They're fucking just like having the best full solid poops. They're
Dude,
just cleansed.
can you imagine the smorgasbord of fucking bay trash? Like, I bet it's like the best trash on the planet.
Oh yeah, it's like all vegan.
Exactly. Those are healthy poops.
I wish I had these homeless fucking bowel movements, man. They look like they got it figured out. I'm like, I'm on my toilet just like praying.
Just start eating trash, bro. Like literal trash.
On that note, I'll catch you on the flippity. We'll be back in probably 2 Saturdays. One Saturday and then next Saturday. And we'll talk about more things and have more things for you. Everybody enjoy your Super Bowl and watch these people give them brain damage for 11 minutes of playtime. Enjoy your stupid football. I will only be enjoying Shakira and J-Lo because they are the real talent tomorrow.
There you go. If anybody cares, I will be on the Draft Podcast.
Oh yeah, Courtney's joining the Draft Podcast full time.
Yeah.
They don't want to have me back because I don't have a beard.
I'm just doing another episode. I think we're drafting hot cartoon characters. It should be out on Valentine's Day, I believe. Hey, look who decided to join. Jim Allen.
Fuck you, Jim. Jim's part of the problem. All he does is make white men all day. He just entered the white men factory, creating like these fucking purebred Nazi children.
And I've seen the newest one fairly recently.
Another Nazi pure-blooded fucking blonde-haired demon. We don't need her anymore, Jim. We don't need it anymore. We got enough white men.
Wrap it up, Jim.
Hitler was a beautiful boy too.
To his mother.
He was a beautiful child. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Shout out Draft Podcast. Also, fuck them, and they never have me back on because they don't want to get.
That's his opinion, not mine.
They don't want to get roasted because they're all soft.
No, it's because I'm fucking hilarious.
No, you're just too nice.
I don't know what that means.
You're nicer than me, and I'm not nice, and I don't have the positive energy that they are looking for on their program. I'm too real. I'm too street. You can't handle it. You can't handle the hot takes. Can't handle the truth that everything isn't a fucking Disney cartoon. All right.
And you know how those boys love their Disney cartoons.
Let me give you the monologue from the Joker right now. I'm gonna act the whole thing out. It's not all smiles.
Oh, god damn it. Now I definitely don't have to watch it. You just fucking hold it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so if you're into that sort of thing, check that out when Courtney's on.
That'll be fun. I'm excited about it.
I don't get asked back, but they'll have like 13-year-old boys on and stuff with their
Dude, it's fucking February. There's like an entire year left. I'm sure they'll have you back on.
Wrong. Add me back on to talk about rap music with Andy so I can roast him some more like I did on Twitter. I got it all day. Shout out those guys. We really do like them. I enjoy making fun of them, but it's all jokes. I hope they don't cry. They're not even going to watch this. In the same way, I don't listen to their podcast. They're never going to see this.
But I do listen to their podcast.
Courtney listens to their podcast. I don't.
I do. It's fun.
I only listen to it when there's people on that I know. Even though I do know Drew and he's on every episode.
Exactly. That's why I listen to it. Fucking dick.
But to be fair, I don't listen to any podcasts. So it's not like I'm listening to a bunch of fucking podcasts and I just exclude them. I don't listen to any podcasts at all. So
I listen to a bunch.
I can barely keep up with my fucking comics, which I'll be posting that video tomorrow of all the comics I buy. Anyways,
I
let's
listen
wrap
to
this
a bunch of
up.
podcasts. If you want to fucking know about any of them that I listen to.
Oh my god, my fucking phone died. Jesus squeezes. We're never getting off this thing tonight. Which probably means that my amazing joke was just lost. Courtney's probably not even going to see this. He's probably still on the other account. Maybe we should just call it. Let's see if he comes back on. My God. Try this one more time. One more time. One more fucking time. Here we go. And go. And go. There he is. Fuck. Yep.
Good Lord.
I know. Jesus. But the worst part about that fucking cutoff was like we lost all that quality fucking jokes we just had slaying right now. That didn't save because it fucking my phone completely shut down. But we're really getting off right now because I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna get struck by lightning or some shit. My phone is gonna catch on fire. But we need to get the fuck off here.
Dude, that was honestly one of the funniest things ever, too. It was pretty fucking funny.
We'll save that joke like it never happened for next time. We'll play it like it's the first time I heard it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so tell everyone at the Draft Podcast I said fuck off, and everybody else, we'll see you in 2 Saturdays. This is officially goodbye because I'm tired of fucking around.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Everybody have a good Super Bowl and go Chiefs. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.